So this is the main direction that we have. What other things we want to apply to this? So something that'll be definitely useful is for us to have control over the overall speed, the speed variation, and all that. So for that, I'm going to create an anti-aliased noise, which actually takes in a 4D input if we want, and I'm going to create a 4D vector, which is pretty much just a vector that considers not just position, but also time in this case. So vector to vector 4, and I'm going to grab position, and I'm going to grab time. So now we have our vector 4, which means this will be evolving with time. And this is going to be a noise that's going to be ranging between minus 0.5 and 0.5. And we're going to fit range the minus 0.5 to 0.5 to something between a minimum and a maximum speed. Promote parameter, promote parameter. So we'll use these to control the final speed. Let's call this speed min, and on the other one we'll use speed max. So we have this, and this is going to be used to kind of multiply the direction that we choose. Now, of this noise, we will also want to expose the frequency and the offset. You may want to expose roughness, but I think this will be enough. That's something you can always do. I'm just going to add a few prefixes here: speed, noise, frequency, Control C, and on this one, speed, noise, offset. Then later we'll organize these on our user interface into different sections. So this will be one section. Speed variation. And we'll also have another section to add some direction variation as well. If we go up, you'll see now we have a bunch of new controls. Let's go to edit parameter interface, and we can put these right away. I'm gonna hide all these visible, and everything that's speed related I'm gonna put into another folder. So let's create a folder called speed, and these will all go inside. This folder doesn't need to be a tab or anything. It can be just simple way of grouping things. So now we have eccentric, concentric, and we have a speed min, a speed max, and you can see already we have some variation there. And we can set the speed to say 5, 4, or 8.4. Based on my experience, 8.4 is a good variation. Of course, these are also very important for the type of scale. For the scale of our object, 1 is definitely too much. So let's say 20, 20, 20. And if we go through, scrub through time, you'll see that we have a lot more in there. Let me just make sure that here on the scatter, I'm using too much. Let's go with 5. Okay, so now we can more easily see the variation in speed evolving. Probably from the top view, you can definitely see the length of these changing quite a bit. Okay, the fourth, remember that the fourth number here controls the time frequency. If you want to speed things up, you can change this to 2 and it'll be even faster. If you want to slower things down in terms of time, then you have 0.1. Okay, I'll stick to 1 for now. Next, let's add some direction variation as well. So right now they're all pointing pretty much the same way towards the target. So let's go and add another section. It's going to be pretty similar to this. So let's use an anti-aliased noise. Let's use the same input here. This time we'll output a 3D noise that will be adding to our direction. And from this, we'll want to expose the frequency. And let's expose frequency and offset and amplitude on this one as well. Okay, let's go up. So now edit parameter interface, I'll create another folder called direction. Here it's always a good idea to use small. And these will go to the direction. So you can prioritize whichever one you want. I'm going to put direction first. And yeah, apply, accept. Let's have a look at these. Same thing, so maybe use 24, 24, 24. Maybe some, the amplitude is probably too much. Okay, so now we have some cool variation, but it's going to be go all over. So let's start with 0.5 and we'll see if this is still too much. And that's it. We pretty much have our velocity and our emitter ready to start emitting particles. And that's what we'll do on the next lesson.